All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success. I want to say thanks for joining us today on the live stream. Today we're going to be doing September Site Review Showdown. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to select 4 random websites from people who have submitted their site for a review. I'm actually going to let you guys pick the sites. We're going to do 10-minute reviews per site. So that's what we're going to do today. So to kick things off, you guys that are hanging out with us in the chat right now, so far we've got Kathleen, Riley hanging out with us. We've got Winston Photo hanging out with us. You guys in the chat, pick a number between 1 and 60 and throw that in the chat, and that's going to decide the first site that I review. So you guys go ahead and do that now. We've got Richard hanging out, moderating, taking care of you guys in chat, so make sure that you guys show Richard some love. Hey, coming up this Saturday is National Good Neighbor Day, so make sure that you guys go out and you be a good neighbor to those people who are around you, the people that live close to you. Make sure that you're going out and you're being a good neighbor. Let's see, the first number I saw was number 50, so that's going to be the number that we do the first site review. So let me grab that website and we're just going to get started right here. Let me say hi to some of you guys really quick. Christina, Reem, Chris, Roxanne. Hey Roxanne, thanks for coming on and hanging out with us. All right, so let's see, Reem picked the first one. She said number 50, so let me grab website 50 and just get this pulled up really quick. And I'm going to bring that over and we're going to start the review on that website. So let me get that pulled up over here. 1 second. Let me get it in place. And we're going to do the review on that site first. And then as it gets closer to time for the next one, I'm going to have you guys do another number so we can pick another website. So let me go ahead and just jump in that really quick. So this is number 50. It is Myles Studio Photography. So I'm going to put 10 minutes on the review clock, which is going to be right there. There we go, 10 minutes. Here we go. All right, so here we are on Myles Studio Photography. We're going to start here on the homepage right here. We're just going to drag this down really quick. You guys can see, I think it's Myles or Myles Studio. You guys can see the web address. They do have a favicon up here. That favicon is the same thing as this logo. It's a little hard to see as a favicon, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the image as kind of a logo. I would like to see something a little bit, not that there's anything wrong with the image. I would like to see something that's more of like a graphic, something that you can use for more branding purposes, something that stands out as being specifically yours. A lot of people use like cameras, apertures, things like that. It doesn't have to be anything like that, but I would like to see more of like a graphical style logo that you could use for your branding that would go good on, all of your different products. But great job getting this set up here. At least you have this customized and this customized. Let me bring this back up here really quick. And hey guys too, as I'm going along, if you have questions that come up about Zenfolio, make sure that you get those in the chat. Richard's going to be answering those, and I'm going to be answering them after we finish the reviews as well. So we are going to do some live Q&A. Make sure that you get that in the chat as well. Okay, so back to the website here. Let's go ahead and start this off. You have a lot of site menu items here. We're going to dive into some of those in just a second. You've got this nice little logo set up right here. Like, honestly, Myles, I think that this right here would work fine as a logo by itself without the image. The reason I don't like having this image up here is because it takes up so much space up here in the header. So it takes up a lot of space up here in the header. It takes up all this space. If you took that image out and you just had this logo right here, you could bring that header up and it wouldn't take up so much space, and it would just, I think, match nicer down here with your branding. All right, so let's go down here and take a look at your site. You're using what's called a photo strip for the homepage here. Let's scroll across. You've got some really cool photos up here, some beautiful images. One of the things that's nice about a photo strip is that if you'd like to show a mix of your horizontal and vertical images, it works really good on the homepage because it allows you to kind of show those mix of those different photos. So it works really good right here on the homepage. I don't see any vertical images though, so that's definitely one thing that I would suggest. Is it seems like all of your photos right here are landscape or vertical. Using this photo strip, you could mix in some portrait orientated images in here to kind of show a diversity of your photos. I don't know how many photos are up here. Again, on the home page, I recommend your top 10 to 15 images only. There we go. So right here, we're into a bunch of vertical images. Myles, you might think about mixing those vertical images up a little bit in the gallery. Just remember, the order that these images appear in the gallery is how they're going to appear here on the home page. And again, there are lots of images here, so I would definitely consider culling it down to like the best 10 to 15. This last image that I got to is really, really beautiful. So I would definitely not have this one as the last one. That's a gorgeous image with the fall leaves and stuff in the background. So suggestions here. Culling these images down a little bit to just the best of the best, mixing those vertical images up with the horizontal images that you have here, and then just like I said, culling them down a little bit, all right? And then you've got a welcome message. Let's scroll down here and see what you got. So you have a welcome message. It has your services listed here. Let's see, reading through this here really quick just to see. And then right here, we have your address. So this stuff is good. It's nice to have all this information here. You have the photography that you do, the type of photography that you do. You have your address, your location information right here. And then let's see, do you have two welcome messages or is this a different thing down here? So this is a welcome message, and then you have featured gallery. So one of the things I would consider is cleaning this up a little bit. I don't really see a reason to show featured galleries on the homepage, especially kind of down here. I would probably turn this off. I think this is pretty cool right here, that you have all of this information on the homepage. Again, it's going to help your SEO, make your website show up better in search results. Great information here. I would probably consider making these images just a little bit larger so that they take up a little bit more space on the page here. But other than that, I think it's great. Let's check out your site menu items. We got done with the homepage in like 5 minutes. All right, so let's go to wedding photography. So it looks like you have a drop down for each different type of photography that you do. And in here we've got wedding photography, and we have engagement photo gallery, wedding gallery 1, get wedding gallery 2, wedding music slideshow. So lots of information. So first of all, good job using that drop down menu. I think this is a really nice way to set it up where you have this information for the different types that you shoot all in this drop down. Let's go ahead and check out some of this really quick. So let's go check out your engagements photo gallery. So here we are on your engagements photo gallery. This is kind of like, is this actually a gallery? Is this a portfolio? What is this? Okay, this is a portfolio. So nice having it set up like this. You have the information here, the titles and all that stuff when you hover over. Guys, something that Myles is doing that's really cool right here and really good is that it has the title here as engagement photo and then the location right here. And that stuff is really good for SEO. So it's really nice to have that text here. That's going to help with your SEO and let people know what area you're in, help you show up better for different search results in your area and things like that. So this is great. One of the things that you could do, Myles, on here is rather than it just saying engagement photo, engagement portrait, you could say, you know, something like outdoor engagement, like you've kind of done here, summer engagement photo, and then you have that particular location. Great job there having that. So I think that's really cool. One of the things I'm noticing though is there's a lot of elements when I'm hovering over the photo. So for like the favorites, I don't like having that showing on portfolio galleries. Is there really a reason for somebody to favorite these portfolio images? If there is, that's fine. In normal cases, most of the time I usually say no, I want that off. I want these to be as undistracting as possible and people really focus on these photos because they're really beautiful. All right, so I would probably turn that favorite off. I would probably turn these social media icons off. I would probably turn the select photos button off. I would leave the share because if you want to let people share out your portfolios, that's a really easy way to do it. Also too, I don't see a gallery caption here. Utilize that gallery caption, put some more text information in there, and in that, talk a little bit about your engagement services and things like that up here in the caption of the gallery. That's going to, again, help with your SEO. Let's scroll down to the bottom of the page. Let's see about how many photos we have in here. So some beautiful photos, absolutely gorgeous work. I see a lot of mixes of different photos here, so I think this is a great mix. About the right number of photos. I don't feel like it's too many. One thing that I am missing, Myles, is categories and keywords down here. So if you've taken the time to categorize and keyword this gallery, it's not doing you anything because it's not actually showing on here. So you want to make sure that you set that categories and keywords on here so that if you've taken the time to do that, it's actually showing up and helping your site and giving you better SEO and better traction. So something you definitely want to turn on there. All right, let's go to wedding photography gallery 1 and 2. Here's one of the things I have an issue with this, wedding gallery 1, wedding gallery 2. If I'm a visitor, I don't want to have to click through and figure out what the difference is between this, if they're just a continuation. So if this is like something specific, let's get it in the title so it makes a little bit more sense. And I'm not like, well, what's the difference between gallery 1 and gallery 2? I'm going to have a lot of the same feedback, favorites, these elements right here, all of this stuff. But other than that, I think you have a nice clean setup here. All right, guys, about a minute, 30 seconds left. So for the next website, we're going to be doing, you guys put a number in the chat. Pick a number between 1 and 59, and that's going to help me select the next random site that I'm going to do from my list that I have. So a number between 1 and 59, first number I see in the chat is the next site that we'll do. All right, let's keep moving down here. So packages and pricing, let's check that out. All right, Myles, you got a PDF document in here that opens up in a new tab. Great job setting that up, having it set up to open in a new tab. Love that you've got that done and you've got this information in here. One of the things about doing this kind of thing on a PDF document is that it's not really benefiting your SEO. So you might think about taking this information, and while it's easy to keep it in this PDF document and have it on the site this way, if you take this information and you actually translate it, put it out into a custom page, again, that's more text information that search engines have to crawl and will help your SEO and help them understand what your website's about. So having PDF documents on here are cool. Taking that information and translating it to a custom page might be more beneficial for you so that it's actually text information that search engines can read and that you'll get some SEO benefit. But good job having it open up in that new tab. All right. All right, guys, let me stop the timer. And let me go check on you guys in chat. All right, Chris said number 17. So let me pull up number 17 really quick. What number? What website is that? All right, so let me get it opened up here. 1 second. All right, number 17. Grabbing that, dragging it over here. I have not looked at any of these. The only thing that I've done was check to make sure that these links are working. I have not previously gone over these at all. So these are all random. You guys are selecting the numbers. I have no idea what I'm pulling up or getting myself into. Just thought this would be fun to do and get some site reviews done. Okay, starting the review time now. Here we go, 10 minutes. All right, we're at jonathandavidphotography.zenfolio.com. So a couple of things starting off. First, Jonathan, you are still using the Zenfolio default URL, which is up here, which is perfectly fine to use. I've heard a lot of people say back and forth that it's not good for your SEO, that it's good for your SEO. You know, whatever you fall on the side of the fence of that, that's up to you. But one of the things is it looks much more professional if you have a custom URL like jonathandavidphotography.com for your business cards, you know, for all of your marketing materials, if you have that custom URL versus the .zenfolio.com. So just something to think about there. If you are interested, you can buy a custom domain from somebody like GoDaddy, Network Solutions, I Want My Name, and it's pretty easy to set it up and link it to your site. There's a video on our channel. So that's definitely one of the things that I would think about doing. Also up here, you're still using the Zenfolio favicon, so you might want to look at customizing that a little bit. Definitely something to think about there. I love this logo right up here. I think this design is really nice. It's really cool looking, the signature logo. So far what I'm seeing on this page, we've got one single image, which is perfectly fine to open it up. The homepage is really just meant to capture people's attention long enough so that they know that you're a good photographer and they progress through your site, hopefully ending up on them contacting you and hiring you as a photographer. Let me scroll down here really quick. So you've got that single image on here. You've got a really clean site menu, and then you guys can't see it, but up here in the top right corner has the search and the favorites. Now, if I hover over that search, one of the things you guys can see is I can search his site, or I can search all of Zenfolio, and that's definitely something you guys want to think about if you're showing that search option in your header. Do you want people searching other Zenfolio websites, other photographers' websites? That's an option that you can actually turn off. I believe that's in the site settings where you turn that option off, but you can actually turn that off. All right, Jonathan, let's take a look at your portfolio here. One of the things out the gate that I'm not seeing, and we'll see how long it takes before we get there, is what locations you service. So right now, I found your website, but I have no idea if you're a photographer that I can hire. So I definitely always encourage making sure that you have that information somewhere on the homepage somewhere. But let's take a look at your portfolio. Good job having this set up. So let's go to kids and family and let's take a look. All right, beautiful photos, absolutely gorgeous photos. This photo is just amazing. We have the favorites going on. We have the social media icons. I would probably have those hidden. Not really a reason to have the select photos button in a portfolio, in my opinion at least. What do you guys think in chat? Is there a good reason to have the select photos button on a portfolio page, or do you think it's kind of distracting and they suggested it should be turned off? So we're gonna just take a look here. Share. I like the share button because if I want to share this portfolio out, like if I'm a visitor, maybe I'm somebody's mom and I'm helping them look for a photographer, I can easily click the share button and share the link out to this portfolio to my daughter, to my whoever that I'm sharing this out with. Now, next we have the slideshow button. I would probably get rid of that. I'm not a big fan of having that on the portfolios, but it's not super distracting or anything like that. Let's scroll down and see the images here. So some absolutely gorgeous images, beautiful photos. It looks like you have a good selection here. And getting close to maybe just a few too many. I would probably go back and call them down just a little bit to make sure these are your best of this work. Not a super big deal, but getting close to being maybe a hair too many. Again, just like what I mentioned on the previous site, no categories and keywords, and we're also not seeing image titles here. So there's really not a lot for SEO or for search engines to pick up on this page. So if you are hoping that this page draws traffic into your site, you need to make sure that you give it something that search engines can read and they can index and they can understand what this page is about. That would be your categories and keywords, making sure that you're categorizing, keywording your photos. You have it set to show, it shows up down here. And then utilizing gallery captions. Guys, in my opinion, the gallery captions are like one of the most underutilized features in Zenfolio because you can give this gallery a caption. You can talk a little bit about your kids and family services, your sessions. You can mention specific locations that you like to shoot. And all of that's giving your clients good information, but it's also giving search engines good information so they know how to recommend you when people are doing searches. Let's go to another portfolio really quick. We're going to jump down to headshots. And oh, these are great. So far it looks like things are consistent. Now, one of the things I'm seeing that's popping up here that I don't think I noticed on the previous gallery is, oh, it is there. So the sequence number, this is also something that I would probably hide and not show on at least my portfolio galleries. Pretty much the sequence number, I recommend taking that off of all of your galleries. If you need some kind of reference number for your clients, I would recommend showing your file names on there rather than this sequence number, because that sequence number is not tied to that photo. It's tied to that photo's position in the gallery. And so if somebody's trying to reference a specific photo and you change the sort order, all of a sudden the photo that was number 3 is now 25. So that's not a number that I like showing on there. Let's go ahead and take a look at your headshots really quick. We'll kind of scroll down and take a look. So a nice quick scroll. Headshots look great. These photos look amazing. Again, not seeing a gallery caption, not seeing any keywords here, so there's not a lot of information for search engines to index on this portfolio as well. Same kind of elements that are showing up. So great job keeping the galleries consistent from one gallery to the next. I would just make sure that I come in here and provide a little bit more information. All right, let's go to the next one down here. Let's go to weddings. And let's see here. Same thing. Same thing. The gallery looks great. The consistency is there. Everything is the same. Just a few elements here showing up that I would probably get rid of. And then again, making sure that you have captions and keywords showing. And this one's probably maybe getting a little close to being too many photos, but it's fine the way it is. I mean, you could probably cull it down just a little bit. Let's take a look at vanity really quick. All right, so vanity. Okay, so this is kind of in boudoir, just kind of portrait sessions. Again, this is something here. It's really cool. I've never heard this kind of called vanity before. Providing a gallery caption and some keywords are really going to give me more information. Like if this is a specific shoot package that I can order, like let me know about that in the gallery caption. What does this service entail? What is this for? Who might be interested in it? That's the information that you want to be putting in that gallery caption so that I understand this type of service that you're offering. So you definitely want to utilize those gallery captions. All right, let's see if we can get to the photographer page really quick. All right, being updated, coming soon. Hey, Jonathan, kudos to you for having a really cool and really fun looking about photo right here. This is a great about photo. Definitely think it's awesome that you have that here. Being updated, coming soon. Hey, I know we all don't have the time to constantly work on our site. I would definitely make sure that you get something in here as soon as you can so that when I click on this, I can read just a little bit more. I can read a little bit about you and kind of understand, like I'm seeing your photos, you do great work. Is this a photographer that I'm going to enjoy working with? And that's really what the about page, in my opinion, is for, is kind of where you seal the deal of like, they like your work. Now, are they going to like you? And you want your personality to come across on that about page. I always advocate for about videos. So if you have that capability, definitely consider making an about video. All right, guys, we're about to jump into the next site review for the next site. So you guys that are watching in chat, starting right now, pick a number between 1 and 58. The first number that I see will be the next site that I jump in and review. So a number between 1 and 58. All right, let's go ahead and check out client access really quick. All right, so client access, this should be the client access page, which it is. So great job having this set up. If this is the way that you want clients to access their photos, this is perfectly fine to have it set up here. Got a nice photo here. One of the things I always suggest on the client access page is setting it up as a way to thank your clients, right? They're already your clients. You've already set up a gallery for them. So why not have this image say, I just want to take this a few moments to really say how much I appreciate you being my client, how much you guys mean to me, something like that, really to make this just thank your client because they're going here to get to their gallery. So just a nice thank you message right here would be nice. All right, let's see. Mary Ellen got the first number, which it looks like it's number 2. So we're going to start that. Let me grab number 2. Jonathan, thank you so much for submitting your site for review. I think you have a great start. Nice and clean. There's just a few things I would go back and consider changing as I mentioned on the review. All right, let me close this one out. And let's see, Mary Ellen said number 2. So we're going to grab number 2 really quick. What do you guys think about this? Are you guys enjoying this kind of rapid site review showdown where it's randomly selected? I'm doing this completely like unprepared, totally live. It makes me a little nervous to be quite honest, but do you guys like this? This is fun. What do you guys think? Let me know. This is kind of something I've been thinking about doing maybe on a monthly basis. All right, so here we go. Number 2, this is what Mary Ellen picked, and this is Nancy Merrill Photography. So let's get this over here. Let me get it sized up. I have to size it every time. And then we're going to start this one off. Let me get the review time going. There we go. All right, so we have nancymerrillphotography.org. Let me move the browser down. Custom URL right here you guys can see. You know what? I should throw this out in the chat for you guys too. Sorry, I should have been doing that. Let me throw this out here for you guys. There you go. Okay, so just a comment up here. Favicon still the Zenfolio default favicon. Not a huge issue, but guys, you got to remember your clients are going to your site. You want your website to be nice and clean, especially if you've taken the time to really customize your site. Do you really want that orange Z up in the top corner of your browser for your clients to see? So definitely something to think about up there, customizing that favicon. All right, let's move this back up. Really, really cool logo. I love the way that this site is set up. It's just amazing. You've really utilized a lot of the different elements in Zenfolio and really customize it to make a nice, really custom looking site. So I think you've done a great job on this. Let's go ahead and just get started here on the homepage. So we got a homepage slideshow going on here. This is an older kind of layout style page. I think this is probably one of the classic layouts. I haven't counted how many images are on here. There's not really a way for me to start or stop the slideshow or go back. So one of the things I would recommend is if you have a slideshow, as much as I'm not a huge fan of having the controller pop up over the images, I think that it's definitely helpful for visitors to have a way to control that slideshow somehow, because if they see an image that just really catches their eye, and they want to go show somebody, the last thing they want to do is have to sit here and wait and hope that this slideshow loops back around and connects. Now, one of the things I am noticing is that we have a watermark here, and it looks like some of these images are getting cropped off. So that's probably the slideshow settings. This particular slideshow, if you go into Customize Visitor View, there will be an option to where you can set the image to either fit or fill the space. And what you want to do for this slideshow is you want that slideshow to fit in the space so that it doesn't do this right here and crop the images off. That's probably a vertically shot image, and this particular slideshow takes the aspect ratio of the first image in the gallery that it's using for the slideshow. So you want to go into that slideshow settings and make sure that you change it from fill the entire slideshow space to fit the image in there. And then that way, when it comes to those photos that don't quite fit in there, it'll just kind of condense them down to where you see the entire image and nothing is getting cropped off. Now, the other thing that you could do as well in here is you could just make sure that for the gallery that you're using, you use only only horizontal orientated images. That way they all fill the screen nice, nothing is getting cropped off, and you don't have to worry about that happening, which is probably what I would do. As Roxanne's saying in chat though, these are some absolutely gorgeous photos. Every website we've looked at so far has just had some hands down phenomenal photos on here, so great job. Beautiful work. Let's scroll down. Let's keep looking really quick. So you've got some information here about the locations that you shoot and the type of photography that you do. Good job there. Right away, after spending a few seconds on the homepage, I know that I can either hire you because you're in my area or not because you have made right in here. You talk about what you've been specializing in, how long you've been a photographer, all of that stuff. So I think this is a fantastic homepage. I would just fix this slideshow so it's not cropping your images off up here at the top. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Let's go to home. All right, so a little bit of an issue here. Not sure what the purpose of the drop-down menu is under home. And if you look here, there's actually nothing here. So if I click on this, you guys can see this, takes me to a blank. So there is nothing here for me to even look at. So I'm going to have to go back, and then I'm just going to reset this. So one of the things I always recommend, guys, whenever you're working on your site, always give it a reality check. Open up your site in an incognito window so that you're logged out, and go through and test it, test all of your links, make sure that things are working and not doing this, because it's just kind of odd. I'm not sure what that is. All right, let's go to the next one, portfolio. All right, so we're clicking on portfolio. And let's see here. All right, so the portfolio link is going to the portfolio group inside of Zenfolio, which is not a bad way to have it set up. The problem with linking to a group like this is that if I'm a visitor and I'm coming to your site, I click on portfolio, and now I'm getting to look at all of your amazing portfolios that you have here. And so let's say that, okay, maybe I'm interested in some maternity photos, but then I also want to see your other photos as well. So I have to go to maternity, all right, which is fine. This flow works okay. But if I want to go back and look at another one, I have to waste a click, which doesn't sound like a big deal. But for the people who are browsing your site with really short attention spans, doing this and then doing this can seem like the end of the world to them. So utilize the drop-down feature on your portfolio here, turn this into a drop-down menu, and link it to each one of these so that your visitors can just hover over this and choose the next portfolio that they want to browse. It's going to speed that navigation time up, make it easier for them to get around on your site and get directly to what they're looking for. So let's start off in this one right here, and let's take a look. Some absolutely beautiful photos. Again, you've got some different things in here. You have the number of photos showing. Not sure that that's really important for a portfolio. I will say that 66 photos in a portfolio is a lot. I would definitely consider going back and culling this down to maybe your top 20 images for your newborns. That's a lot of photos to look through, so definitely something I would think about here. Also, we have the select photos button showing up here. Is there a reason for me to select the photos? And then again, the favorites and the sequence number is showing here as well. No gallery caption, so definitely something to think about, adding a gallery caption to this. And then let's go down here and check out your categories and keywords, which now you do have that showing. So great job having that showing. Let's see if it's actually being used. So it's showing, but it doesn't look like you've categorized and keyworded anything. So this categories and keywords is going to be directly related to the gallery. So you need to go to this gallery, categorize it, keyword it, and then that information will show up here. And then if you've categorized and keyworded the photos, that information shows up when you click on a photo, which it doesn't look like you have that information showing. So it's definitely something that you want to consider showing here. Also, too, you have this big giant footer down here with all of your location information in here. Not sure that that's entirely necessary. It is a little odd looking that this is being cut off right here, so you definitely probably want to come in here and turn off some of these options so that it doesn't look as messy and kind of cut off. But it's definitely fine to have a footer. I would probably hide some of this stuff and maybe just have this information here on the footer. But I think you've got a really cool site set up. Just those few things here that I mentioned. Let's go back to the portfolio. Let's take another look really quick. All right, let's see. Let's go to the seniors one. Let's take a look at this. All right, and so for this one, it looks like there is a little bit of inconsistencies here. So it looks like this one might have had like a slideshow or something, a banner showing at the top and turned on, but maybe it wasn't completely set up. And so that does cause some weird space up here. So again, you want your portfolio galleries being consistent when traveling from one gallery to the next. This spacing is a little odd. You're going to want to go in here and turn off that top banner. If you have that top banner showing and it's linked to a gallery that has private photos or password protected photos, they're not going to show up here up top, which could be causing this weird kind of space that we're seeing. So definitely go in here and take a look at that. All right, let's go to Studio Info really quick. And guys, we're going to be moving on to the next site. So those of you guys who are watching in chat, give me a number between 1 and 57, and that will be the next site. Studio Info, great job having a photo of you here. Love it. Absolutely great photo. You've got some information about yourself here, Nancy. So this is all good information. You have your business hours, all of that stuff. One of the things that I would definitely recommend is having call to actions in here as well. It's another good thing that you can do with those gallery captions in your portfolios is you can have call to actions to contact me about the services that will link to your contact page. Let's see, investment. Let's check out the investment page really quick. Guys, go ahead and give me a number in chat. 1 through, Frozen Time Photography got it. It's going to be number 8. That's going to be coming up in just a second. All right. Let's see, family, toddler, and children. So this is a custom page. Nice job setting this up. You have these images up here and some information about the sessions, the scheduling, how much you're charging, all of that stuff. Great job setting up this custom page. It's got a lot of options in here. There is like these weird blank spaces here, so I'd definitely come and maybe consider checking out the formatting and kind of getting that to line up and be a little bit more uniform. But overall, Nancy, great job. Beautiful images. Love the way that you have this set up here. Thank you so much for submitting your site. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one, which Frozen Time Photography said that number 8. So let me grab number 8 really quick. Let's see what number 8's going to be. And is this going to be the last one? Is this 4? This is 4, huh? All right, so this is the last one, guys. Let me grab this really quick here, get it opened up. And then I have no idea what this is going to be. We're going to drag this over here. And we are doing D, is it D Farmer Photography? So that is our next site for review here, D Farmer Photography. So let me get that time on the clock. That'll leave us about 15 minutes left for questions. So if you have questions about Zenfolio, get those in the chat so I can get those answered live. Here we go with the review on D Farmer Photography. All right, dropping the browser down really quick. Good job getting a custom URL. You also have the favicon and stuff set up here. Can't really tell what that is, but that's pretty cool as well. If that's a logo, I would love to see your logo up here on this as well. But great job so far. Some really cool images here on the site. Some really cool images. These are really cool. I love the way that you've taken this and you've created collages and you've specifically sized this slideshow. So kudos to you for actually taking the time to do that. This looks amazing. So guys, this slideshow actually gives you the option to set a specific size. And then what this photographer is doing, D, so I'm not sure what the first name is. I'll get it in a second. But Dana, I'm going to go with Dana. What Dana's done is created some collage style images to fit this slideshow perfectly right here. And this just looks absolutely phenomenal. So very amazing. Good job on this right here. A little weird having this menu down here. That's a little strange, but you know what? I think it works kind of well with the way that this site is set up. So very cool having this done. Let's go ahead and get down here. Let's see, you're in Dallas, Fort Worth. So immediately after spending a few seconds here on the homepage, I can see that you do beautiful work. I can see that you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I already have a really good sense of the type of photography that you shoot. That's what a homepage should do. Give me that information really quickly right here, just like it's been. All right. So let's see, let's go ahead and hit up your portfolio. It looks like you've got a drop down set up. So great job having that drop down set up. One thing that I will say is that this menu item right here, these site menu items, that's starting to look a little long. So and the reason I bring that up is because if I'm viewing on a screen that's smaller like this, you'll notice your slideshow condenses, but now I've lost a menu item. So one thing to keep in mind is that when you have lots of things on your site menu, if somebody's browsing on a smaller window, you could lose some of these. So some of this stuff you might want to think about condensing into more drop downs. Again though, this is a really, really cool homepage. I love the collages. Great job on that. All right, let's check out your portfolio. Let's start off with seniors. All right, so we have high school seniors. Let's see. How many photos do we have in here? Let's just do a quick scroll. Lots of photos. So there's a lot of photos in here. I would definitely consider culling this down a little bit. What I always say is if you are going to try to get somebody to hire you as a senior photographer or whatever type of photography you're offering, if you're going to try to get somebody to hire you, and you could only show them 20 images, what 20 images would you show them? And that's what should be in this portfolio. Your top 20 high school senior images, your very best. Around in there is what you want to target. Now, a couple of things. When I switch to this, I notice up here that your site menu changes. Looks a little inconsistent with what we were seeing earlier. Also, we have a logo up here, which is we didn't see on the homepage. So one of the things you want to think about is keeping that consistency transitioning from the homepage to the galleries, making sure that the branding and all of that stuff transitions smoothly and it doesn't look like we went to a different website, which is kind of what it feels like right now because this is the first time I'm seeing this logo. It's small, your site menu items are different, so just something to think about here for consistency. And you also have more site menu items. But just going down, let's see, some distracting elements here on your portfolio. Again, the favorites, is there really a reason to have favorites on portfolio images and in portfolio galleries? Guys, what I do is I what I suggest doing is setting up your gallery defaults to be focused on your client galleries, because hopefully you're going to have more client galleries than you have portfolio galleries. And then what you want to do is individually customize your portfolio galleries so that they don't have a lot of these distracting elements that you might have on a client gallery. So you might have favorites on a client gallery because you're letting them proof, but you probably don't really need favorites on a portfolio gallery. So something to think about. Again, utilizing the gallery caption. There's not any caption information up here, so that's something that you definitely want to think about. And then I don't believe that I saw any categories and keywords. Let's get down here. There's no categories and keywords. Again, nothing in this gallery really for search engines to read, to index, to understand what it's about, and to recommend it properly. So one of the things you want to think about there. And that seems to be a consistent theme so far across all the galleries that I've looked at, is a real lack of putting information in here that's going to help you be discovered, that's going to help people find you on searches. So guys, definitely make sure that you go on our YouTube channel. There's lots of videos that talk about keywording, using the gallery caption. Make sure you're watching those videos and checking them out so you can get this stuff set up so that your people are finding this on searches. All right, let's go ahead and jump into another portfolio. Let's go to adult cake smashes because I'm really interested in seeing that. All right, and this is really cool. Some absolutely beautiful images. Let's keep looking here. All right, so it looks like the adult cake smashes all pretty much the same as the gallery before. So at least it is consistent, just those few distracting elements and different things like that. All right, let's get into the headshots. Is that Pitbull? that guy kind of looks like Pitbull. Great photos here though. Lots of images. Again, no categories and keywords, so you definitely want to think about that. Let's jump ahead to pricing. All right, so pricing, we've got portrait pricing. All right, so this is a custom page. Is this a custom page? It is a custom page. Great job having this set up. You have all of this information in here. One of the things I always suggest on these custom pages is putting in call to actions, right? So in here, after they're reading this, if they decide, you know what, yes, I want to go ahead and reach out to this photographer and book a session, having under each session, you know, click here to contact me about scheduling your family portrait session, and then having a link they click on that takes them to their contact page. Yes, I know you have contact right up here, but leading them into it would here where they're reading this information and the urge strikes them to go ahead and contact you, you're making it really easy and putting it right into their faces, right on the page where they're looking at. One of the things that I would suggest. Other than that, maybe having a little bit of some sample images of each one of these sessions. I know you have the portfolio up here, but again, anytime you can take away visitors having to go and find information on their own. So if I get to this pricing and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I wonder what their family portrait session's like. I don't want to have to go back to your portfolio and then go to families and look at that. Like, let me see a sample right here. So that I don't have to do back and forth and all of that. It's sad, but that's definitely something that will keep people from having to go to different places and kind of look for information that you could really easily provide them all in one place. Let's check out raves really quick. All right, let's see. So these are client reviews. So really cool having this stuff on here. One of the things that I would definitely suggest is kind of setting up a table for this. So really quick, if you go to whitegoldphotography.com, guys, if you guys go to whitegoldphotography, did I spell it right? Photography.com. This is actually a Zenfolio demo site. And on this, if you go to custom pages, you can go to testimonials, and we have templates for custom pages for testimonials where you can have some images of your clients right here. So I'm going to share this out in chat so you guys have this link right here. But something like this to where you have the client's image, maybe the best photo from their shoot, and then their testimonial right here is going to be much more impressive than just a bunch of string of text where it's like kind of looks like reading a manual. So again, we want to make this visual. We want to show some photos. We want to make this engaging. For me, this is a bunch of text and I'm not a big reader, so that's definitely something I would recommend there. All right, let's meet Dana really quick. All right, so Dana, you got a headshot up here going on. You have information in here. One of the things, again, I always recommend making sure that this about photo, you really let your personality come across. This is where you are trying to tell people, hey, you saw that I take good photos. You have looked at my pricing. Now you're looking at me, and I just want to let you know that we are going to get along and you are going to enjoy working with me. So that is one of the things that I recommend. This one seems to be kind of written in third-person point of view, and I know there are lots of sites that recommend that recommend writing it in this kind of third-person point of view. For me, honestly, just a personal opinion, that comes across a little weird to me. What do you guys think in chat? Having a third-person point of view about page. What do you guys think about that? But overall, Dana, I think you have a really nice site. That homepage is phenomenal. Absolutely amazing setting this homepage up. Great use of the collage. And again, thank you so much for sending us that review. Thank you guys so much, everybody who is sending their site for a review. Hopefully these were helpful. Let me go ahead and jump out of review mode now and get some questions. Say hi to some of you guys in chat. We've got about 14 minutes left. So if you have questions about Zenfolio, make sure that you get those questions in the chat so I can get those answered hopefully in the next 14 minutes before the live stream ends. But let me say hi to some of you guys really quick that I missed. So we have Mary Ellen, Craigslist, Evan, Christina, Frozen Time Photography, Michael, who else we got hanging out with us? Roxanne, Substania, I'm going to get it wrong. So Jones with the really cool green looking photo there. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce the name. Apparently I can't read today. Substania. Let's see, who else did I miss? If I missed your name, I really apologize. I didn't do it on purpose. There's a lot of you guys chatting in. Let's see, we've got Adam. So hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Craigslist as well, hanging out with us. All right, guys, I'm going to, really quick, if you're watching the recorded version of this, I would love to have you come hang out with me on a live stream, but I know not everybody can stop what they're doing on a Thursday and jump on YouTube, which is why I really appreciate those of you guys who are hanging out with me live right now. But if you're watching the recorded version of this, I just want to let you know I really appreciate you guys as well and all of your views and all of your support and all that. So if you have a question that you'd like for me to answer the following week, there is a link below this video in the description that says questions for next week. Click that link. It's going to take you to our user forum where you can log in with your Zenfolio account. And there's a Zenfolio Live specific topic forum there that you can leave a question. And that is where I will get the questions. And I'm going to answer a couple of those questions now. If you guys in chat have questions, make sure that you get those in the chat. If I miss them, make sure you call out to Richard and let him know that I've missed your question so he can get my attention so I can get those answered for you guys. All right, so let me grab an email question really quick. Let's see. I'm looking to boost, great question, totally on topic with some of the review stuff. I'm looking to boost my SEO. What photos are most important to keyword? I have thousands of photos and I feel like it would take forever to keyword them all. What photos, if any, take priority? Well, guys, your portfolio images, right? Those are the ones that take priority because those are the ones that are your hand-selected best of your best photos that represent your work. And so those are the images that take priority. That's the stuff that you want people finding online. That's the stuff that you want to keyword and make sure that is really discoverable. And there's a really good video tutorial on our YouTube channel. It talks about optimizing your galleries and your photos for search. If I can get Richard to throw the link to that video in chat, I'm not going to deep dive into that SEO right now because we've got 11 minutes left and I want to get into some of the chat questions that I know I missed. But definitely check out that video. It really deep dives into keywording your photos. But to shortly answer your question, your portfolio images are the ones that you want to keyword and really work on first. And then if you have public client galleries, you can work on those. anything that's password protected, you're not even going to waste your time keywording because that stuff's not going to be found by search engines anyway. So only your public photos. Prioritize your portfolio images first. All right, great question though. All right, let's see. So Michael Sherrar. Hey, Michael, thanks for jumping on and hanging out with us. He said, hi, Robert. Can the logo customization in the browser tab you mentioned be done with a basic plan, or must it be a pro plan? If it can be done with basic, how? So with the basic starter plan, Michael, if you have a starter plan or if you have the old school basic plan, unfortunately, those don't offer custom logo options. You would need to upgrade to the pro plan in order to have that custom logo in there. If you're not sure what plan you have, you're just going to hover over up here, hover over your name. Man, I'm getting tongue-tied. Hover over your name, go to account, and then under account, it will tell you right here what plan you're on. I'm on a special plan. Not sure exactly what that means other than it's just an admin override plan. But it'll tell you if you have like a starter or a basic or something like that. You have to have at least the pro plan or higher to be able to do the custom logos and all of that. So that's the plan that you need, is at least the pro plan. All right, great question though. Let's see. Adam D says, just got started to transition from a personal site to a professional site to highlight my portfolio. Some recent works. Am I able to public and client ID access? Let's see. So trying to understand your question. I think what you're asking, Adam, is are you able to have public photos and also able to have photos that are for clients that are kind of password protected? And the short answer to that is absolutely yes, 100%. You can have photos that are open to the public. You can have photos that are password protected and only viewable to your clients. Just to show you really quickly, if we go down here, I have a portfolio group right here, and if I click on any of these galleries, then in here, if I go up to access, you can see right here that these are public, and if I go to search, they're also allowed to be searchable, meaning that they're going to show up in Google search results, which is exactly what I want because these are my portfolio images, and I want these to be found. I want this to bring traffic to my site. But I also have a section created for clients where I put my client galleries so that they're only accessible either via a direct link or through client access, and they're password protected. And so that section is down here, right here, clients. And then if I click in here, some of these are password protected, some of them are not. It just depends on the client. So like right here, this has a password protection on it. So this gallery can only be found by a direct email, and whenever the client enters the password, then only then can they have access to see the gallery because it's locked with a password. Okay, so, and then you said, but will I need to move some photos to a public gallery so I will be able to utilize the SEO? So if you have images in a client gallery that you also want to kind of show publicly and help utilize the SEO of that image, you don't want to move it out of the client's gallery. So like, let's say that this photo right here, I've taken the time to keyword it. It's a great image and I want it to show publicly because I want it to draw people to my site. You don't necessarily want to move it, Adam, out of the client gallery. What you want to do is copy it to its corresponding portfolio gallery. So this photo right here, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say, let's copy it to my, what is this? Engagement. We'll say that this, for sake of this demonstration, we'll say this is portraits. We're going to copy it to my public portrait gallery, and when I copy that image into that gallery, it automatically takes on the settings of the gallery. So it would remove the password protection from that version of the image in that gallery while still leaving it in the client gallery password protected. So I'm kind of getting the best of both doing it that way. Hopefully, Adam, that made sense. And kind of explain it a little bit more. If I totally missed it, definitely let me know in chat. All right, let's see. Melissa says, quick question regarding video. Can we host a video for downloads? absolutely, you can definitely put video on Zenfolio. You are limited to, there are some limitations, but you can definitely put video on your Zenfolio account. You can sell downloads of it. You can let people download it for free, which I don't recommend letting people have anything for free, but that's up to you. But you can definitely put video on here. There's actually a really good help article. It's called Video Guidelines for Zenfolio. If I can get Richard to throw that out in the chat, Melissa, I would definitely recommend watching or reading that article and seeing all the different things that we can do with video and how to set it up. There's a good article on that. But the short answer to your question is 100% yes, absolutely. You can put video up here, and you can sell it as a digital download. You can let people download it, if you need to do that. All right, let me grab some water, guys. I got like a congestion thing going on. Mary Ellen says, how do you get your site put into the review pool? That's a great question. Let me get the link for that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe below this video in the description, Mary Ellen, it says something like submit your site for review or something like that. But I'm going to get you the direct link for that. Give me like 2 seconds, and I will get that direct link for you. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can grab that really quick. It's just a form you fill out, and you're going to just basically use that form to submit your site, and then it will be added to the list. So let me get that really quick. Man, I have too many browsers. They're all spread out. Here we go. All right, here is that link right here. So I'm going to throw this in the chat for you. Mary Ellen, this is how you do that. Or did Richard already beat me to it? He probably already beat me to it. He's pretty quick, you guys. But let me just do this anyway. There we go. All right, so here's that link right here. Oh, of course Richard got it too. Or thanks a lot, Richard. He's too quick for me. Awesome. All right, so 3 minutes left, guys. Let me grab another question really quick. If you have questions, make sure you get those in the chat. Three minutes, so I can't promise you that I'll get to them, but I'll do my best. Let's see. This is going to be an email question. Sorry, guys. I told you I got a congestion thing going on. Is Zenfolio going to provide a calendar scheduling capability for those of us who provide photography services that need to be scheduled? This was discussed in the past, but I haven't seen any updates. I just want to know before I start paying for a third-party tool. So I can't remember who asked this question. This was definitely a great question. We've had this question several times in the past before. It came from the forums. And just to answer your question, yes, 100% hands down, we are going to add something like that. It's actually in the development process right now. I can't give much more information than that because I don't really have a lot more information. I have seen kind of the ideas that they're throwing around, so it's something that we're working with, and it's something that is coming. But that is all the information that I have about that at the moment. So great question, though. I really appreciate you asking. I'm super excited about it because that is something I would love to see as a calendar kind of booking thing for us so that we can get bookings through our Zenfolio site and keep everything kind of in one place. So great question there. All right, let's see. Let me grab another question really quick. What, like 2 minutes left? Let me see. I hired someone to help me shoot. Can I dedicate a gallery to them to only be able to upload to this specific gallery, or at least limit them to only uploading pictures? So if you have a Zenfolio Advanced plan, it gives you the options to create user accounts. This allows people to log into your site, log into your Zenfolio account, and you can limit them based on the user account that you assign them. I don't have time to go into all of it, but just to answer the question in short, if you go to Account and you go down here to Manage Users, after you have a user account created, you can go to Edit Ownership, which is right here, and you can actually assign galleries and groups to belong only to specific people. So first you have to go to Manage User and create a new user account. That lets people log into your Zenfolio account, whoever you're setting it up for, like a contributing photographer, and you can limit what they can do. Keep in mind, anybody that has an account to log in can see all of your photos. They just might not be able to change anything about it depending on the level that you give them of access. And then you can go to edit ownership here and change what galleries they can upload photos into, etc. All right, guys, 1 minute left. I want to say thank you guys so very much for coming and hanging out with me live today. Don't forget, this Saturday is National Good Neighbor Day, so make sure that you go out this Saturday and be a good neighbor. Go check on your neighbor. Help them do something. Just, if you haven't met your neighbors yet, go introduce yourself to them and just get to know them. And if you don't have neighbors, get out and just do something positive for somebody. Encourage somebody. Say something nice to somebody. Be a positive influence in your community. And we just all need to work together to make the world a better place. We need to make sure that we're encouraging and that we're uplifting each other and that we are just working to make everything better and that we're just working towards that. All right, guys, I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys all again next week. Don't forget, next Tuesday, another site review. And then I think you guys like this, so we might keep this whole monthly theme around of doing a site review showdown every month. But again, thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.